Welcome back to another episode of Lighting the Way. I'm your host, Justin Burd. Today we have the very own SafeLIGHT Foundation Executive Director, Yvonne Davila. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Justin?
Always great having you.
Great.
How have you been?
Busy.
Busy? Well, let's just dive right into it. So thanks again for joining us today on the TV show. The Teen Ambassador Program was the fourth year just completed, correct? Mm-hmm. So how did that go?
It went very, very, very well. So again, this is our fourth year. I'm excited to announce that so far we've given $138,000 in scholarship funds to teens throughout the Chicagoland area.
Wow.
So this year we had 17 graduates. Many are going on to college. They're going on to Yale, we have Northwestern, we have University of Chicago, we have Penn State. So we're doing really great work, and the teens are doing really great work.
That's incredible. So what are some of the projects that they worked on this year?
So each year the students learn how to create public service announcements. In those public service announcements, they're creating campaigns based on safe driving behavior. Okay. So October is Teen Driving Behavior Awareness Week. And during the holidays, they create awareness campaigns for don't drinking and driving during the holidays. January is Teen Driving Awareness Month, so they have to have town hall meetings at their schools.
Okay.
And then we move on to prom, and then we move on to graduation.
Very cool. And so how often do you meet with the teens?
3 times a month.
Okay.
So every other Monday at 7 p.m. and every first Sunday at 7 p.m.
And this is virtual?
Virtual.
Okay. And so essentially about an hour long?
About an hour, maybe a little bit longer.
And then do they have assignments that they work on every other week that they have to have for you, or
They're constantly getting assignments.
Really?
Constantly. We're emailing them to check in. How are you doing? Do you need help with anything? Constantly getting assignments on how to create awareness campaigns. And it's not easy creating a campaign, right?
Sure.
So they understand their peers better than we understand their peers. So it's based on what they think their peers are going to resonate to. Got
it. I thought the campaign that they created this year, where they made an impact with taking your time and how rushing to your appointment is not worth your life, and that you should just take your time and focus on driving and getting there safely, because it's okay if you're a few minutes late, because it's better than getting into an accident and hurting yourself. And I think the creativity each year is super cool to see. Every class is a little bit different, but yet still has the same main goal of driving safe and presenting that awareness to their peers and families. So I thought this class was really creative this year.
I think this was the most creative class I've ever had. What's interesting with our teen ambassadors is that they start out very, very shy.
Because they don't know each other too, right?
And they don't even want to talk. So then they find their voice. I mean, we had several this year who were incredibly shy. Like Ray Tang, who won the top award, was very, very shy. His mother at graduation was, number one, shocked that he received the top award.
Really?
And true that he actually spoke and he came out of his shell. And she actually sent me a very pleasant note thanking me for that.
That's incredible. Would you say it takes a couple months for them to kind of come out of their shell?
Yeah. Well, you also have to push them.
Push them a little bit.
So you have to let them know that rank has no number, number one, because in a creative session, you have to allow whatever idea comes out and flows. And they have to be comfortable with knowing that whatever it is that they put on the table, it's going to be okay.
Right. And there's no bad idea.
Right.
Right.
There's no bad idea.
Which makes sense, because this is probably a first for them for creatively thinking, specifically with driving, right?
Right.
They've all are in the process of completing driver's ed, but they've never now had to kind of creatively think of ways to present safety to other friends. And also, I'm sure they have a little pressure because they want to make it look good.
Right.
They want it to be impactful.
Well, they're thinking they're trying to impress me, and I'm not interested in being impressed. I just want the job done. But what's important is, we had one one teen ambassador whose best friend died in prom
Oh my.
from drinking and driving.
Mm-hmm.
So that brought a lot of reality to the table because when she shared her story, she was crying and
Mm-hmm.
she was very impactful. So I think that made it very real. So everything that we're doing with the teens is not because we don't think this is going to happen. This is real life stuff that can happen, and the numbers don't
and does
lie.
happen, right?
The numbers don't lie. They tell you the story. Like the number one killer among teens is motor vehicle accidents. So I think Genesis bringing that story to the table was really, really, really gave them an outlook because they were like, whoa, this is real.
Yeah, it wasn't like hearing about the story from, a newspaper. This was someone that they have been working now with all calendar year. Right, one of their peers. Wow, very impactful.
It was really, really great that she told that story. I'm so grateful that she was able to share that with us.
Yeah, well, unfortunate situation, but, very impactful for this year's class. And I'm sure the creativity with prom and the PSAs that they did for prom, I thought turned out really great.
And I think their town hall meetings were excellent. De La Salle held 3 town hall meetings, which was really great. So
I'm sorry, what's DSL?
De La Salle High School.
I'm sorry, De La Salle High School. Got it.
They held 3 town hall meetings, and what I did was I put all of the parochial schools together. So then one teen ambassador decides which school is going to be the one to host, and De La Salle hosted it, and they hosted 3. I expected 1, and they did 3. They liked it so much that they held 3.
And so how often would you say the teens will go out to their communities to town hall meetings? Is it like every quarter? Is it, once a calendar year?
We just do it once a calendar year.
Got it.
The good thing about the teen ambassadors is that they come back and they work with us, and then they work with the new class, and they give them advice. And, if we have events that the SafeLIGHT Foundation is doing, our teen ambassadors come and join us for that.
That's great.
So once a teen ambassador, always a teen ambassador. You don't leave us.
Yeah, part of the family. Very cool. So I heard at the graduation, it was each year graduations, I think, is always fun because it's like a quick recap. And I think we were talking as an executive or as a board of directors team, just how quickly we already got to this year's graduation compared to last year. And I feel like every year you look back and you're like, how are we already at graduation? And I know this year at graduation specifically, there was a special video that was submitted, right? And I believe so. For those at home, we had the Illinois Secretary of State, Alexi Julianis, shared a video with the teen that was focused towards the teen ambassadors, thanking them for the work that they did.
Thanking them for the work that they did, the important impact that the work is providing, and the importance of safe driving behavior. So that was really great. That came from Dan Lees. Dan is one of our partners with the Secretary of State's office, and he reached out to his boss, and his boss knows about the program, loves the program, and decided that he wanted to make a contribution.
Well, that was incredible. So for those at home, we're actually going to pause for a moment to play the video clip from our Secretary of State, Alexi Julianis.
Hi, everyone, and congratulations to the 2025-2026 SafeLIGHT Foundation Teen Ambassador graduating class. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you in person today, but I want to personally recognize the incredible work that you've done over the past year. The Teen Ambassador Program, led by Gift of Hope, Donate Life Illinois, and the SafeLIGHT Foundation, empowers young leaders to promote safe driving in their schools and communities. And that leadership matters. Traffic crashes remain one of the leading causes of death for teens in America. Each year, nearly 1.3 million accidents involve teen drivers. Behind every statistic is a family and a future. That's why your work is so important. You didn't just complete a program, you made an impact. From signing driving agreements and modeling responsible behavior to creating public service campaigns, hosting town halls, and producing peer-to-peer messaging through Lighting the Way, you stepped up to protect your classmates and your communities. I'm so proud that this program partners with 21 schools across Illinois and is awarding 41 scholarships this year, nearly $100,000 invested in students who are leading by example. To our graduates, your $2,500 scholarship reflects your commitment to safety and service, but your leadership doesn't end today. keep using your voice. Keep encouraging smart decisions behind the wheel. Keep looking out for one another. On behalf of the Illinois Secretary of State's office, thank you for helping make our roads safer. Congratulations, and drive safely.
Wow, that was incredible. I mean, for him to take time out of his day to thank the organization and understand the impact that they're making was remarkable.
I think it was good for the parents to see.
Okay.
And good for the students. It's just good feedback for them to understand what they're doing is really great work.
And I think timing wise too, because at the graduation, these students are with you from September through April. So it kind of it's a great way to kind of accomplish. Yeah, a great way to end, and it's a great way to almost give them, an impactful message for all of the hard work that they've done from a leader in our state. So.
And just so that the viewers know, at the end of graduation, our teen ambassadors receive a scholarship for whatever university that they choose.
And it's a $1,500.
$2,500.
$2,500.
Right. And this year, our board of directors decided to give the top winner, which was Ray Tang, $3,500. So he got an extra $1,000.
Wow, that's incredible. And so the application process, I think, just was filled for next class.
So I just selected the new class. So we have 21 students.
21 students.
Now, my experience is not everybody makes it to the end.
Okay.
So we have 21. Last year we had 20 and only 17 made it.
Okay, and what happened with those?
Well, you have to attend classes. If you miss 3 sessions with us, we'd have to let you go because then you're not going to be able to pick up. Because we only meet 3 times a month, and we only meet for an hour. So we understand that things happen, but 3 misses.
Well, because that's a full month essentially, right? Because if you are only meeting from September to April, that's about 8-ish months, give or take. So if you miss out on a full month, I mean, you're missing out on 20% almost.
And you can't catch up on this. I think we had one student who did not show up to orientation. So orientation is mandatory with your parents.
Yeah.
And we offered several times. I always give makeup orientations, and they didn't show up to any of them, so we had to let that go.
Unfortunate. But yeah, you have to keep it moving, right?
So working on the new class now.
Well, exciting. You'll have your hands full, I'm sure, but in the best way.
Getting ready for orientation in August.
And they'll be here before we know it.
Right.
I mean, it's June. It's June next week.
Next week.
And this is our 5th class, correct?
This is our 5th year.
And so this is technically our biggest class, starting with 21?
So far. And this year we received more money.
Okay.
So the Gift of Hope and Donate Life of Illinois gave us $60,000 this year.
So looking back on the 5 years, personally, I mean, because you're pretty much running this every single class. What would you say, what are you hoping for in the next 5 years of this organization, or in the next 5 years of the Teen Ambassador program?
What I'm hoping for is that the message trickles down, that we see less numbers and that our students continue to press the message down, because then that's the impact, right?
Absolutely.
The whole goal is to have an impact and to make change. So if we're doing this and if the message is going out, then it's working.
And are we ever thinking about, growing, outside of Illinois? Have you thought maybe, moving into Midwest?
That all depends on the money and the staff, because I'm one person.
Right. And I'm sure, like you said, you wear multiple hats.
I have multiple hats. I do multiple jobs. And this is just one of many. So it all depends on the funding, and it all depends on if we get more funding, then we could bring in a team to run it. And probably somebody else to run it, somebody younger probably can run the program.
Yeah, that would be fun. Well, again, I can't thank you enough for all the work that you do, especially with the Teen Ambassadors.
Thank you for all the work you do. You're part in it as well.
We're part of the team, but honestly, I think the kids learn so much from you. I think you're a tremendous leader. I think the way that you can get that information out from people is very remarkable.
It's not easy. And I didn't think I could do it. So, but my boss believed in me, and she was like, "You could do this." I was like, "Okay, I guess."
And here we are, 5 years later.
5 years later.
It's incredible, honestly, incredible.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
No, of course. So let's kind of switch gears. What else is going on with the SafeLIGHT Foundation outside of Teen Ambassadors?
This year we are gearing up again. I think starting in September for our senior ride program. So. we provide free ride shares to different towns for our seniors to go to the doctor's office, to go to the dentist, to go to grocery shopping, to go to essential rides, because many of our seniors, they want to be independent. So our whole goal is to keep them independent and to make sure that they can get to where they can get.
Wow.
So we have provided, I think, over $50,000 in ride shares already.
Incredible.
So we're gearing up for another year on that. I think this will be our fourth year. Working on that program.
Incredible.
So I am in the process now of, meeting next week with all of our towns and, making sure that they understand what we're looking for them, making sure that they get, the signage that they need and the message out there for the seniors. I'll probably go to a few senior shares so that we can talk about the program and make sure that it works. But it's actually very successful.
I think it's super important for seniors to know that, they are supported and that they, whether if they are now unable to drive, they have an opportunity to get to those important meetings and doctor's appointments and
they don't have to worry about somebody else coming to get them, or many of the seniors, they want to be independent. So sometimes they have to rely on other people. Well, with our program, they don't have to rely on anybody, but pick up the phone and call your town.
Got it.
And your town will make sure that you will get to the destination.
Which I'm sure they appreciate, because I don't think they ever want to maybe be a burden to saying calling a neighbor or calling a friend or a family member to help drive them around. So
I'm pretty excited about that.
I mean, I think it's so impactful for seniors, because, everyone deserves an opportunity to get to where they need to get to. And if they're unable to get there themselves, I think it's such a great program for seniors, because it gives them that opportunity to still stay independent and get to where they need to get to.
Yeah, I think it's a great program. So I'm excited that our board of directors decided to fund the program again. So hopefully this year, my goal is to raise more money so we can reach more towns. So that's the goal coming in.
Okay. And so what do you think? What do you think would be the ways for fundraising for specifically the Senior Matter program?
I think that we have to look at grants. There are grants out there with transportation departments, car service. I don't know, but we have to think outside the box.
Yeah. Because I think, like you said, it's an important program, but we have to have the funding for it so that way it can provide support.
And there are other programs out there, but I think there's a lot of red tape with the other programs. With our program, we partner with the towns, and we have a contract with the towns, and then the towns are responsible to get whatever it's a bus ride or whatever. In Morton Grove, they do Lyft.
Okay.
So, that's their responsibility. We just make sure the funds are there.
Got it. So essentially, Morton Grove, you'll give X amount of dollars, and then that village or city will have that pool of, donations, and then seniors can then contact their village. Right. The village sets up the ride for them.
There's a staff member that sets up that ride.
Got it.
Each town is running their own program. We just provide the funds. We get a contract with them to make sure that the program is running to our standards.
Which is important. Right.
And I meet with them once a month to make sure, okay, where are we?
Checking in with each village, with each city, just to make sure that, both parties are doing what they need to be doing. It's great. So outside of Senior Matters and the Teen Ambassador program, is there really any other fun events or anything upcoming?
We do a lot of community outreach. This year we haven't done as much as we have because, again, I'm just one person.
Sure.
But we're looking in the future to do. You guys are doing a golf outing, I think.
That's right.
Up, right. So
Gift of Hope.
Right. So we're just looking at the things that we can do and we cannot do at this point.
Okay. So, what do we have anything moving forward, or any, let's say, what about any goals that we have coming up for the SafeLIGHT Foundation?
Well, the goal is to grow the foundation. So that's always the goal.
Yeah.
Is to grow the foundation. Again, bring in more staff members so that we can grow the foundation, bring in more dollars, so that we can do more things and we can reach more people. Right now we have 21 students. We have about 7 towns for senior programs. If we bring in more funding and more staff, then we can grow that program, those two programs.
Yeah, because I mean, and the partners that we currently have are tremendous, right? And I think
I'm so grateful for Marion Shook
yeah,
and Gift of Hope, and for Dan Leeds. You know, they've done a wonderful job, and they're very committed to our programs.
Yeah, I think the support that we've had from both of them has been tremendous, and I don't think we could have done what we have in the last 4 years for the Teen
Couldn't have
Ambassador.
grown the programs.
No, and so I think it's exciting for us, although we are still such a small foundation. I think, excuse me, I think the potential for us is like we have the sky's the limit. I know people say that all the time, but the Teen Ambassador program, I think, is so impactful with cutting down the number of teen deaths. I think it has the potential to be this really big nationwide program.
What's interesting about our Teen Ambassador program is that we were the first to create the programs, and now I see throughout different states they're coming up with teen driving behavior programs.
Really?
We were the first ones.
That's incredible. I remember when we first talked about that idea in your office.
So there's one in
felt
California
like, what, 8 years
now, there's
ago?
one in Texas, right? So there are other. I'm watching other programs pop up out of nowhere, but we were the first program to pop up.
Right. Yeah, it felt like yesterday we were just sitting down in your office talking
what
about
can we do?
what could we do. And we're like, well, why don't we create something that is focused on teens? And because teen to teen, is so much more impactful than now. I'm one of the old guys, us older people telling, you should put both hands on the wheel, turn the music down.
I didn't even know if this was going to work, right? And I remember that I went to meet a friend of mine who, at the time, she was the CEO to Points of Light. Now she's running the Rockefeller Foundation. So when I sat down with her, because it's hard to reach her, and she went through all the programs, she said, okay, this teen program is good. This is going to grow.
And here we are 5 years later. So, well, I'm excited to see what happens in the next 5 years. And because I would love to see this, I'd love to see, additional help for you. I'd love to.
I'm going to retire. Yes.
We'll edit that part out. No, I'm kidding. But
it would be nice to see the foundation grow.
Yes.
Somebody take it to the next level.
Take it to the next level, maybe do like a Midwestern thing where like neighboring states, right? Like maybe we have like Wisconsin and we could have Michigan, Indiana, Missouri, etc. Like I think it'd be kind of cool maybe to just kind of start having like a subset of programs, right? Where each state is still funneled through the SafeLIGHT Foundation, right? They all meet together, maybe not as frequently as the 3 times a month, but maybe once a month, all of the states would meet together with all of the students.
That would be great.
And then they have separate, meetings all within the direction of it.
Or you can have an annual conference.
Annual conference would be cool, right? Because you would maybe want, each state to have its own partners within the state, because each state would probably have their own grants until it could go maybe nationwide, and then we could get a national grant.
Yep, that would be great.
That'd be cool.
That's the future.
Well, I mean, it's incredible to see where it's come in just these first 5 years. So I'm excited to see kind of what the next 5, 10, 15 years is going to look like. Also with the Senior Matters program, because I think seniors, they need support, they need love.
They're the forgotten community.
They are.
So it's important for us to remember that, they're citizens as well.
And I think it's great for people to know at home, if you do feel encouraged to help support a great organization, you can always go to the SafeLightFoundation.com and there's information about all of the services and all.
You can donate online too.
So yeah, you can make a donation, and that can be a one-time donation. It can be a reoccurring donation, but if you feel
Justin and I donate, so it comes out of my check every month. So
I think it's important, and I think it's important to know when you make a donation where it's going. And so since we're such a small donation, or since we're such a small organization, it's going towards the Teen Ambassador program. It's going to help seniors that need rides.
All funding goes directly to the programs.
Right.
It does not go to administrative staff. It is all for programming.
And I think that's really important for people to know, because it's important. So, I can't thank you enough for joining me.
Thank you.
It feels like it always goes so quick when we're talking. We can talk for so much time. But any last thoughts before we wrap up this episode?
Just waiting for the next team to come in.
Waiting for the next team to come in. All right. Random question. What is your one safety tip that you want to share with people at home for driving?
I'm not that great of a driver, so my thing is make sure that you watch everybody around you, which is what I tell my kids, right? It's like your instincts are the most important thing because it's not you, it's the next person.
Got it. So instincts of looking around the car.
Just keep your instincts wired.
Instincts wired. All right. Well, you heard it from SafeLIGHT Foundation's Executive Director Yvonne Davila, that to keep the safety around the car, because who knows who's out on the road.
You never know.
You never know. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch our show. And again, Yvonne, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You know how much you mean to me. And honestly, the work that you do is remarkable. The teens are so lucky. The seniors are so fortunate. And to just watch you grow and to work side by side with you over these last, I don't even know anymore, 10 plus years. It's
about 10 years.
It's been incredible. And honestly, you mean a lot to me. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you. You know I love you.
Love you too. So again, thanks for joining us on another episode. Please stay safe out there, and we will see you soon.